Hi, everyone. Happy Father's Day. Sorry, I'm a bit delayed today. We've been out for Father's Day breakfast, so it was quite lovely. And thank you for those that are watching on the replay, our gorgeous soul family. So we have a lot happening. So I'm going to get into the astrology a little bit today too, because we've had Mercury that's now gone direct. So yeah, we'll get into that in a moment. Hey, John, I hope you're feeling better. Lovely to have you here for our live. And I can see Rainbow Sun and Tim are coming back for the replay. Lovely to have you guys too. And Rainbow Sun, I hope your power settles down soon. You might hear Lyra running around in the background. I just wanted to remind you guys there's new meditations too. And if you jump on over to playlist, you'll find that there's now a new psychic playlist that I've created. So the gateway technique video will be added later this week. We're going to be talking about this, or it's on the, what have I put it down for? On the 8th, we're going to be delving into that. But yeah, for this period of time, astrologically, I can't recommend the celestial higher timelines meditation enough, even if it's one that you want to do every day, because we are in the process of the alchemization of anchoring new timelines. The astrology has been set up for it. Even though August was like a year condensed into a month, we are going to come out on the other side of it. And we also have on Soul Alchemy Potions. Let me go to the top. We have our online event, which will be on 6 a.m. tomorrow, Melbourne time. It will be 4 p.m. Eastern time. So if you have purchased a potion, you will be sent a direct link that will come after you purchase in a separate email. So check your spam folder or send me a little email to info@soulalchemypotions.com if that one has not arrived. Otherwise, you can purchase just a ticket. It's much better value to buy a potion and get a free invitation. So this is going to be an amazing event where we're joining each other for a video chat, connecting up across the realm. And we're also going to be doing a meditation that will lead us into where after the meditation, which will be helping align more with your nervous system, more with your goals and what it is that you're focusing on manifesting. After that 90-minute special, what we will do, break away into our own separate spaces, switch off from technology, and we're going to be focused on repetitive affirming. So we will pick an affirmation during the meditation, and I will teach you how to choose the exact one for your nervous system so that you're more in a potential of being in alignment with this. So I can't wait to share that with you guys tomorrow. So let me get into the astrology. Hey, Jake, lovely to see you, and Britt Marie and Ken and Peggy. Jody B, lovely to have you all here, Soul Family. So let's have a look into the astrology. I'm just going to read my notes. So the first thing that we have, so we're in the 1st of September today. Happy Father's Day to the dads just joining and the mums that also do some of the lifting for dads when dads aren't there as well. So celebrating all of you. Hey, James, my soul brother, and Lily Kay, lovely to see you guys. So on the 1st, we're going to have Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. So this is going to highlight some things going on with government, corporate side of things. It's more looking into the smoke and mirrors that's still happening. And yeah, I can see it's August on the other side of the world too. So we, so weird, isn't it, that we're in different months and different, different days. So yeah, there will be still where Pluto is going to bring a little bit more transformation and stirring up of energy around government side of things. So we might see a little bit more exposure going on or some things coming out, seeing through some of the smoke and mirrors. Then we also have a Uranus retrograde in Taurus. So we're going to be highlighting like what's blocking our focus. So when you look at those two retrogrades combined, it's really interesting. There might be revision around things. We might have a little bit more movement forward later in the month. I love it because these two things also bring a little bit of touch of the unusual. So also looking into your own life, are you having any more paranormal type things happen? Are you seeing beyond the realm a little bit more? We on the 2nd of September are going to have Mercury going direct as well. And Mercury has gone direct already a couple of days ago. We're going to have the new moon. So the new moon will be in Virgo, so new beginnings. And I've written little notes that we're starting to channel in. We'll have a look more into the cards and I will start to channel that information through too. but I've written new beginnings. So who are we? What is it that we're creating? Really looking into this. And I also got the message of what are the ingredients that we need for what it is that we're creating. And I felt very much like going and grabbing a candle, going and getting magical herbs. So I've got things that I'm setting up tomorrow for our meditation manifestation event. So I do have herbs that are specifically for around abundance and prosperity, because that's what the goal is that I'm working with tomorrow. And I think it was maybe Corbin or Jake. I think you guys were perhaps doing the same. So this is going to be so much fun to work with. But yeah, when we look, and I keep getting taken back to a vision of Demeter. So looking at the goddess Demeter, who, you know, is one of this beautiful visions of Virgo, and her being the goddess associated with harvest and crops and fertility and that virginal energy. I really feel this strongly for this new moon, but I feel like it's around getting all these things that we've worked on, really making sure that everything's organized. And then I feel that it's this kind of birthing energy that we're working with. So yeah, this will be a really interesting new moon. I do feel that it feels like the closing off of a lot of the other stuff we were going through in August. So I can't wait for you guys in the US and Canada to join us in September. It feels a little bit different this side of the border. Oh, Ken, that's beautiful. So I made sun tea today with abundance potion. And you know what? That's just going to further enhance that plasma into the ingredients. It's going to bring out that abundance energy even more. I love that. So beautiful. And for those of you wanting to actually look into abundance potion, this is what it has in it. So let me just bring this up. So you can see here we've got, bring it up bigger. So it has apple, orange segments, peppermint, ginger, turmeric, and lemon peel. So it's I attract abundance and prosperity with ease. So beautiful affirmation to work with as your mantra, or if you're choosing to do that tomorrow too with our event, that would be an awesome one to pick. So, and I can see as well, Jake is saying, yes, doing abundance, but I've realized that the workshop I'm doing tomorrow overlaps an hour with the call. So we'll be a little bit late for the meetup. That's fine. We're just going to love to have you there and your gorgeous energy. So don't worry, don't stress. So yeah, we're having a look around new beginnings and things. So I didn't actually realize that it was the new moon in Virgo when I was synchronizing all of this too, that we're sort of entering, or it's leading up to us going into this. So that's really special that we have that energy to help us. And I feel like it's just bringing all these parts that we need for this new version of self. So the next thing that we have, and this is around, it'll be, I think it was around the 3rd, perhaps. I don't have the date specifically written down, but I know all these things were happening within this week. So we have Mars in Cancer. So this is going to be a little bit challenging, perhaps at times, to do with relationships, or even to do with like your own wounds and things coming up. But it will be deep dives into unhealed wounds is what I've written here as well. So some of you that are quite switched on and sensitive might be feeling this come to the surface. It might be really interesting to kind of introspectively look at it, or take a few steps back, look at the inner child aspect like we've been talking about on some of these shows here, and working through everything that we're working through together. Such a beautiful supportive soul family, how we're doing that. And then around, I think it was I think this was possibly the 8th, Palace direct in Sagittarius. So we're going to be really looking about the progression into new things, new versions of self. We're going to be tapping into expansion. This is the time where we're making our dreams come true. So this week is quite foundational in really sort of bringing things up, reflecting, seeing beyond, the smoke and mirrors that we were talking about too. So let's have a look in the cards and see what's coming up for this week. Let me know if you guys have been feeling any of that. I know we are sensitive souls here in this group. Let me know if any of these things have already been coming up for you guys. I'm hearing the word revision at the start of the week too. I I've even been feeling that revision word probably the last 2 or 3 days. So we have quite a few cards. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, quite the story. So a lot of yellow energy when I'm feeling into the cards, and you guys know that I like to work this way. So we have the cards face down. What I do feel and see is a lot of yellow. So you guys know that I talk about when spirit shows me the color yellow, it's deeper learning. So study, education, deeper learning is what we're going through at the moment. So I keep hearing the word revision as well. Revision, revisit. So a lot of that they're showing me for the next 24 to 48 hours, we might be experiencing a lot of that. Pay attention to your dreams as well. And if there's any messages coming up from the subconscious, I do feel heightened protection as well with a little bit of the chaotic energy going on. Let me see what else. This is sort of in the first part. I'm just moving to the middle of the week energetically. I also feel be open to surprises midweek. And towards the end of the week, I feel like we're going to be different versions. I actually feel like we're going on a bit of a quantum jump. Now, this could just be because our group in particular is working on manifestation, but I feel it's going into this Palace and Sagittarius energy. So with that, I think that was around the 8th. I feel like this is setting up something totally new. So Spirit is giving me the words, who we are at the start of the week is not who we are at the end of the week. So let's flip these cards. And we have some good cards. Oh, wow. This is quite interesting. So we have the Magnus. So you guys know I talk about with the Magnus. This is my modern day Leo in the Matrix. Hey, David. So with this Magnus, see how everything is just fully attracting. So I'm just also trying to tap in if there's anything else. Yeah, this is where I was talking about protecting your energy still. So we see here this little energy leak, the Achilles heel. So with this Mars and the smoke and mirrors energy that we have going on, now remember Mars in Cancer. So this could be volatility, relationship stuff with the wounds. I also feel with this is some of the retrograde stuff too. Queen of Swords. So this is going to be maybe some direct conversation, some direct communication. I feel like this is not about tolerating things anymore. It's calling it for what it is. We do see the unhealed wounds coming up with my 4 of Cups. This is Cancerian energy and moon energy. So our wounds will definitely be highlighted emotionally. So if you feel that you need to have a bit of a cry, if you feel that you need to have a chat with your best friend, if you feel that you need to reach out to someone, don't be afraid. This feels like it's in the midst of bringing things up to be healed. I actually feel like there's a purge and things needing to come to the surface. We then tap into 3 of Cups. So for me, this is not just supporting, with abundance energy. This is the witches getting together. This is reaching out to soul family, that those that understand you. This is really about connection. And it is a time to sort of have a little bit of that emotional support and celebration energy too. Mercury, Cancer, so it's a little bit of the heart and mind working together. This can sometimes be where we spotlight and we understand why we feel the way we do. So I do feel there's going to be a lot of ahas, a lot of epiphanies this week. We do see 10 of Wands. So you will be moving past any oppressive energy, anything that's been holding you back, anything that's been keeping you stuck. We're going to get a lot more information around why that is and around why we've been playing these games, is the way that Spirit's putting it. So we've got the Hierophant. So we also see Taurus energy. Now, remember, we had Uranus retrograde in Taurus as well. So this is what's been blocking our progress. Look at this, guys. Literally, the unison retrograde energy is what Spirit's referring to about this. Then we have the High Priestess. So who we are at the beginning of the week, we are definitely moving, shifting, changing, becoming someone totally different. So I actually feel like, oh, that's awesome. I love it when you guys also put down what's happening for you. So Golden Goddess said, revision resonates with me, and sending you lots of love too. So let's have a look into the Mythios deck, which I find myself using all the time lately. So let me get some cards. We'll flip these straight over. And Jody B saying, spot on, feeling unhealed wounds the last 2 days and had a healing with a friend. How good is that? Do you know what? I feel like a lot of the time healers don't reach out for help. And I read something, I think it was 2 days ago, saying, don't be afraid to reach out. Actually, I think it was my gorgeous friend Carrie Ann was saying, how good it is for healers. And I'm one of those people that I will definitely put my hand up for, a healing session, or, go and get pranic healing or Reiki, all these different modalities are there to help us. And if we can fast forward through the crap, so to speak, we're going to be much better for it. So this process tomorrow, where we're doing deep meditation work, I can't wait to see who we are on the other side of this. So the cards that we also have as clarifiers this week, we're definitely revisiting wounds. So a 3 of Swords situation, a lot of reflection. This is also Libra and Saturn energy. So having a look at how sometimes our emotions will control us. And what I mean by this is sometimes we will get stuck, or we will get lured or hooked into our old patterns. So sometimes we can be reactive. So have a look at like where you're reacting, because we've got 5 of Wands energy too. So too many cooks in the kitchen. This again is Saturn energy. So have a look at how your emotions are actually controlling you rather than you being on top of your emotions. So that's what I'm seeing come up. So highlighting to your subconscious when you see things come up, I wouldn't get angry or upset, but just be like, oh, that's really interesting that I'm feeling that. Being fascinated is the word Spirit's giving me. So 8 of Disc, Virgo and Sun energy. The next one that we have is 9 of Coins. So that's really good. And then it gets even better. We have a 10 of Coins. So we've gone from 8, 9, 10. So it might be that after we realize where our wounds are, perhaps do a little bit of this inner child work that we've been talking about on some of my shows, we're actually going to come into new connections. And 2 of Cups, this is love energy. This is really beautiful Cancer, Venus energy too. So not only more self-love, more nurturing, this is going to be where we feel more connected, and we're actually going to be standing more in our power. So Capricorn and Capricorn and Sun energy with the 4 of Coins. This is a card of power. So huge shift and change for those that are investing, doing the work. Oh, that's the way to my heart. Tacos. I love tacos. Thanks, David. Yeah, definitely. So Brett Marie is saying, I've just listened to some frequencies to heal and regrow teeth. Definitely, there is some amazing work out there that are happening to do with teeth representing our holographic body too. Super important to regrow them. And I do love all the research done on xylitol. Do you know xylitol was actually banned in food here? I think it was like 1951, because it's so beneficial. It helps to fight bacteria in the teeth. So that is something you could also incorporate. And I can see Becca is saying, I am definitely feeling an energetic shift. And Joe and I have really been connecting and thinking the same thing at the same time this past week. You guys are incredible. I love you both. So that is amazing, and such a beautiful, intuitive couple too. So let's have a look what the Alice deck has for us. So the words that I'm hearing with this, messages from the unhealed parts of us coming up to the surface. So I'm just seeing it's like things floating up to the surface of the water is what we're seeing. So just assess, just reflect on this. It's not to stir the water up to get muddy is the vision that I'm seeing, but just letting these little rocks that are no longer meant to be there float to the surface. It's like something that's out of place, that's not needed for where we're going to do with future alignment. They're showing me the 4 of Disc again too. So if it's not going to empower, then it needs to go. And I keep seeing these 4 of Disc like resemble rocks is the way that they're showing me. So I do feel that this is talking about like having people, having foundations around that keep you strong, centered, and aligned. So let's flip over these Alice cards. Hey, Seema, lovely to have you here. Beautiful. Aw, yeah, I love you guys. I hope you had a wonderful birthday month. Oh my gosh. And of course, look at this, 4 of disc. No wonder why I'm having a vision of it. What's hilarious is it's my second card out. That was around when I started to get the vision of this. So the first one we have is the Magician. Remember, he came up as the Magnus in the first placement right at the start of our reading too. So we definitely are really looking into, there's a few different character representations that I see with the Magnus. You guys know I spoke about Neo in the Matrix before. With this Magnus magician energy, this is also for me about being magnetic. So we spoke about that magnetism on the magnetic show. So with this, I would be looking into what it is that we have, that we're open to our potential, really integrating this as part of this new power process. So we spoke about towards the end of the week too, definitely we're co-creating the best future timelines. And I feel that this is the week to get the ingredients together to bake the cake and put it in the oven. So I feel like this week is setting things up fundamentally into energies even for next year. So what was interesting, we had the 5 of hedgehogs, or sorry, 4 of hedgehogs. This is the card of power, as I was saying. This is really moving ahead because it's Capricorn energy. So we're shifting and moving ahead, but we're not turning around to wait for anyone else. This is you, your specific mission. And I don't feel this is having to have permission from other people, is the energy with this. And 6 of disc. This is Taurus energy. And remember, we had Uranus retrograde in Taurus. So this is the card of success. It is Moon and Taurus energy. It's the card that's also, for me, associated with unconditional love. It does have that Mary Magdalene rose in the other deck. So tapping into a deeper level of love and compassion for yourself. And I love that, Lily Kay. I've been trying to quantum leap for a second. This feels like the week for it. And look at this card, transformation. I love the blue caterpillar from Alice. So yeah, he looks a little bit like Jabba the Hutt too. My cat actually does like Jabba the Hutt impersonations when she's eating. It's really funny. I'll have to film her. So yeah, we are going through this temperance transformational energy. The universe is actually trying to align things, but we need to get an alignment to be receptive. We need to remember to be receiving. And that's what I feel with this magician energy. We do have the hermit energy too. So you might need to peel away. You might need to hibernate from a few things this week. I do feel that that's what we're setting up tomorrow in this container. Oh, I did not know that. I love Alan Rickman. That is cool. So let's get some Star Tarot. I love it how all of the cards will have different messages for us, but still come out with a similar pattern. Let's see. I do actually feel a little touch of the mystical come up when I touch this. Let's just flip these over and see what we have. Queen of Wands, 3 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Temperance in the same place as where we had transformation, and the Magician again. 3 times the Magician today, or the Magnus. So Queen of Wands, where I was saying that I was feeling like an alignment with, I guess, like, you know, other beings and things too. Queen of Wands, this is us in our spiritual power. And definitely, so Jake is saying hypnosis can be a tool to help quantum leap into your best future, 100%. So definitely. And I always say, like, you know, if there's things that you're wanting to work to manifest and it hasn't quite come about, definitely looking into the subconscious and what our blockages are. So definitely hypnosis is an amazing tool, and rapid resolution therapy, kinesiology, timeline therapy, or top my timeline meditation as well. 3 of Cups again. So we are getting a similar message. I just keep hearing growth, expansion. It's happening for us. So Queen of Pentacles, we're bringing something down from the spiritual realm. There's more understanding, more grounding. We're raising in numbers is the word that I'm also having too. So yeah, Queen of Pentacles energy. And I can just see Britt Marie, is eagle one of your craft animals? Do you know what? We do have eagles over here, and every now and then I've seen them in special places at magical times. So maybe perhaps it is. And yeah, you see here with this Queen of Disc. So I do feel this is an opportunity to also get out into the garden and things this week. We're doing that a little bit later today. We're going to be planting some tomatoes. We're also going to be, or you guys call them tomatoes, some of you. The other thing that we're also going to be doing is looking into, what was it? I think we've got finger limes for those of you that are Australian and into Australian bush foods and superfoods. We're going to plant some muntries, which are, they're like a natural grape or a sultana. I don't know if you guys have sultanas or currants. But it's superfood. So we're going to plant some of them. So yeah, feeling this Queen of Pentacles energy. It's like to reset back to the natural rhythm, to the natural realms, and temperance energy again too. So the universe is really trying to bring us rhymes and riddles and messages and bring things in for our new alignment. And the Magician energy again too. So let me know if you guys have had the Magician card coming out. That is 3 times today. And what do we have? The 4 of disc, I think, came out twice today, plus the vision of that. And I do have just a couple of ads. So I think sometimes you'll see it when it's not live. There might be an ad at the start of my videos on the replay. I definitely experience some shadow ban stuff. And I've had other people say that for Mason Jupiter that have looked into the background. The girls and I definitely know that there's suppression things going on there, as there is with a lot of good channels. And I do feel to look into the right away. So what is the message that we need to highlight or key focus on for this week to help sort of have as much smooth sailing? Okay. Not getting pulled into drama, not getting distracted is the key words that I heard. Oh, Ken, that's awesome. So just germinated kale and broccoli seeds today. I'm getting a high pitch, Ken, when I read that out. That's really high frequency. And you can always eat broccoli sprouts are one of the most nutrient dense superfoods that you can have. They have some of the most amazing plasma. So I've seen people's auras when they eat them, and the plasma coming off it is just crazy. Yeah, so I haven't done super chats. I haven't worked out the tech side yet. And I'm so distracted with like lots of projects and things for one day. And Ben, happy Father's Day to you, a beautiful Australian dad. So what we have, oh, this is so funny. I was just saying, be careful of distractions and not getting pulled into negativity. So what's going to happen this week that we need to watch out for is people throwing in self-our game. So Knight of Wands, you guys know this is my Tony Robbins card, is the way Spirit refers to it. So usually it would represent where we have an intention to just dive deep and to keep running in with Knight of Wands. But you know that for me, Spirit always says that this is really looking at longevity and looking at how we can sort of set things up to be stronger, more long lasting, not just sort of like a fling or spur of moment. Hello, my beautiful friend. Lovely to see you here, Omar. I was just thinking of you yesterday and talked about you on a show. And one of it was Build the Psychic Brain. I was recommending for people to watch your webinar and how good it was. So what we also have with making sure that any things that come up from the subconscious with this Knight of Wands energy, we have the Devil energy behind it. So have a look at where people are triggering you. Have a look at like what your part is in this. Remember that the devil is highly magnetic. So it can often come across as very unassuming, very attractive. With the devil energy too, it can be an addiction to old emotions and things that are keeping us in the path. Spirit is telling us clearly it is time to move on from this. So with this 6 of Swords energy, it is the card of signs. It's my card for seeing beyond what we see just in front of us or beyond the veil. 9 of Wands, we're building a bridge over it. We're revisioning the future. Yeah, it's terrible. Let us know if you have a new channel as well. That would be so great to tune in and see what you're doing at the moment. I'm sure my audience would so resonate with your work. We also have a 5 of Cups again too. So it does feel like a little bit of this obstacle up, down type energy. So just watching out for any devils coming out, emerging, rearing their heads. This is control issues, is what I'm also seeing too. So really, really interesting. Have a look. Even the words that Spirit is showing me is what's best for you. So don't let people block things that are best for you, is what I'm feeling with this energy at the moment. This could also be to do with some of the notes I scribbled out because my printer's still not working. So yeah, having a look at what the retrogrades and things were at the start, if you're just new to it. Damn, that would be awesome. Maybe one day, maybe you guys will have a new channel. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys. Let's pick some oracle cards and have a look in. Let me know what your vibes have been as well, if you've been tapping into oh, Seema, that is beautiful. So wishing my father a happy Father's Day, who's in the spirit world now, and I'm sure he'd be watching over you as well. Oh, and Jake is saying, absolutely, Seema, battling blossom and rot. I think you guys are talking gardening talk, but you know what it did remind me? I also brought out my little rescue remedy emergency essence. So we've been talking a little bit more about flower essences. I felt them coming up with this week too. And I actually feel like what Spirit was telling me was just to religiously take that this week. And I feel like it's, whether we think it or not, we actually need a little bit more emotional support this week to make it onto the other side. And I have been brewing as I've been chatting, totally forgot about my little potion that I have here. I'm partway through doing my nails too. So, I feel a bit naked. So anyway, we have I Am That Witch potion. So having a look into what ritual you can incorporate to help guide you through this week. That reminds me, I got the little spells deck out as well. Oh, awesome. Say hi to Amy. Send my love to her, Omar. And camping, it sounds like medicine for the moment. So what we have is Healing Woods Body Oil is the card that comes up. So this little one, and I'll just read this out. So mixing 9 drops of Palo Santo, juniper, and cedarwood essential oils in 250 ml bottle, almost filled with grapeseed. Use it daily as a moisturizer to encourage well-being and spiritual healing. Now, when we look into Palo Santo, we know that this is one that helps us connect to the ancestors. It can also be really good for how would I say, like clearing things. It's a really great one for blessing. But yeah, juniper, this is good sometimes for like hormone balancing. I think it's also an oil used for cellulite, random fact. And cedarwood is really good for like nourishing the skin. It's also another good one that's used for cleansing. So that is what we're focusing on. And I feel that this is in alignment with where we're talking about with healing. And Jake, great question. So yeah, for tomorrow, where we're going to do our little event. So any guidance for crafting out affirmations for tomorrow? So what would be good to reflect on? Because I know you guys will be going to bed soon over there. I would look into what is it that is probably like your biggest struggle at the moment, or the thing that you really feel drawn to work on. So without sort of overthinking it, just write it down or have a look into a few of the areas of your life. Look at where you have the most charge. Now, if you're struggling with finding, because sometimes our mind can be blocked around this, you might even just want to stand upright. Have a look at your list of the things. So say you've got, whether it's pie chart or columns, however you work, you might have like love, you might have career, you might have abundance. Have a look at like where you're getting your body feel pulled when you like close your eyes. So you might say abundance, and it might swing backwards where you don't need to work with that at the moment. You might say career, and it might be tipping forward. So using your body as a pendulum, or an actual pendulum. I love the body response for this. And that's what we're going to be working with tomorrow in this little container of manifestation that we're doing, is really making sure that each word in our affirmation that we're getting a good hit on. Because when we look into, sometimes if we've got a sentence or an affirmation that we're saying, if there's one keyword that's like out of alignment, it can trip us up or throw us off. So really looking that we get a full body yes, or even like a little muscle test that is working or resonating with us. So I would look into, with this being quite specific as well. So we don't want to have a manifestation that's sort of like loose. So say, for example, if you're manifesting or working with pulling in new friendships, for example, you want to be quite specific on, I have amazing, I'm trying to think of a way to phrase it. For me, it would be like soulmate friends would be part of like the type of friendship that it would explain. So you want keywords, or another way I could describe coming up with the ideal sentence or mantra would be, pick your topic, look at the 3 to 5 keywords that come up around that you would like to have. So for money or abundance, it would be prosperity, abundance, flow would be another really good one to write. So have a play around with that. And I can see James is saying, I'm trying to do my smoothie, and I have a friend who grows microgreens. So putting them in my smoothies, and it really helps my energy levels. I've been getting downloads from that too around spirit, pushing me and guiding me towards that more for my summertime. But James is saying this is helping you heal from your last surgery. That's so great. And yeah, broccoli sprouts, sunflower sprouts are really nutrient dense, have a lot of plasma healing energy. Let me see if there is any final messages that want to come through. So the Forest Fae want to come to the party, and the Starseed deck. So, oh, and right at the bottom of the deck, we have abundance. So with your heart's intention is, or when your heart's intention is to serve humanity, doors of abundance are naturally open. And I'm going to be working with an abundance mantra tomorrow. I'm still coming up with the specific wording. I will be sharing it privately in our group, what I'm going to be working on manifesting. And let me just grab a card from the Forest Fae. So we have the Numia or Numia. Seek inspiration in twilight wanderings. So let me know if that resonates for you guys. Also, let me know what you are working on. And I will just bring up my little reminder just before we go. So it's not too late to get sent a link to the event if you haven't already received one. Also, if it hasn't come through automatically, let me know. So all the details are on here for the time and the date. I'm going to have my smoothies and things prepared so that that I can just sort of lock myself in the room. I can't wait. It's going to be so nice just to be focused on that one thing and to switch off from technology too. And we have, I would be tonight, I'm going to be doing my timelines meditation. So I'm going to be stepping into this blue one that I've got here and really just, starting to prepare myself to go into it. We'll do a little bit more work tomorrow at the at our event. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you all, and I hope you have an amazing week. Oh, I don't have my 3-card pick coming up on Mesa on Jupiter this week. I just reached out to Julie and said, with her going away and with myself having so much on with family and with this event coming up, we've decided it would be a bit easier for both of us this week to have a little break. But I do have a few more things on this channel coming up very, very shortly. There is, I'll bring this back up so we can see. Where is it? So we have a few shows coming up that you can see. So on the 6th, we've got how to activate main character energy. I'll also be back for the mystical soul readings. You can also see that we have, what is it? The CIA gateway technique, where I'm going to be really diving into that. I've been just reading more of it, highlighting different points, taking notes. It just takes a lot of time to get through some of the jargon. But you guys have an amazing Father's Day, a beautiful week, and I will see you in a few days. Bye. Thank you for joining me. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe.